One of the things that I found students really had difficulty with is seeing a 2D image on a page in a worksheet or in a book and connecting that with the 3D representation without scaffolding. Because we would have demonstrations or we would have little videos or simulations that we would show, but they really weren't able to hold this abstract concept in their hand and manipulate it like you would a real object.
So learning in STEM entails developing conceptual understanding and theoretical models involving concepts that involve complex interactions between abstract and unseeable objects, forces, and constructs. Many students struggle with spatial reasoning in STEM courses. Because spatial reasoning is correlated with performance and persistence in STEM, many researchers have concluded that spatial reasoning acts as a barrier for success in STEM. However, these same students demonstrate advanced spatial reasoning in everyday settings by successfully navigating their environments. The problem is not that students lack spatial reasoning ability, but rather learning environments that don't allow for students to transfer their existing spatial reasoning abilities to the STEM context.
MARVEL stands for Manipulable Augmented Reality Visualizations to Learn Spatially. It's an augmented reality app where we've developed augmented reality models that are digitally overlaid onto a merge cube. An emerge cube is just really a cube with different faces, so images on different faces that is recognized by the software and then recognized when we develop the software in Unity, but then is recognized by the phone. What happens is when your phone recognizes the face of the cube, then a model is digitally overlaid on the cube and connected to the cube so that when you rotate the cube, your model rotates. And when you turn the cube upside down, your model turns upside down. Students are able to pull up info screens on the app and push buttons to highlight things in the digital model.
When designing augmented reality tools, it's important to apply research-based design principles. Within Marvels, we see several of these principles being utilized. So for example, as students are able to physically manipulate these abstract and unseeable scientific conceptions. Not only that, these movements are designed to act as body-based metaphors. These metaphors act as a scaffold which allows students to be able to apply these ideas and conceptions even in the absence of the cube and the augmented reality app. In addition, the augmented reality environment allows for opportunity for students to explicitly reflect on how their actions relate to the visualizations in the augmented reality app and the formalisms that are being presented in their class.
What we've done is created these models where we have current carrying wire, and then we'll have the magnetic field, and then we'll show an Amperian loop, and we'll have this equation where we can push on the buttons that are the variables in the equation, and then they are highlighted in the model. So they really get a sense of the magnetic field is this piece of the model, and the current is this piece of the model, and then a closed integral means this in our model. Being able to connect 3D models to equations and understand them, I think really helps students to understand the concepts and the equations and realize they really represent something real and physical.
One of the most important considerations when designing augmented reality apps for STEM classrooms is the need to design for equity, both in terms of usability and accessibility. Marvels provides a flexible platform which allows the students to either manipulate the cube or the tablet or smartphone being used to run the app. This allows students to interact with Marvels in a variety of ways, both individually and within teams. In terms of accessibility, the template for the cube is freely available online, and the cost per student is literally the cost of one piece of paper. In addition, the app is freely available both on Google Play and through the App Store.